Okay, here's hoping that Nigerian copyright does not drop my video, because you know there are different copyrights. Some copyrights say, okay, we're just going to take some money out of your video and we're just going to put adverts on it. And then there are some copyrights that say, you know, no, drop. That is South Africa. I say my people are not yet mature enough to just say, okay, we're just gonna let you know, we're just gonna take money out of you for this, because people should pay, and I'm always happy to pay. And since I don't get much viewership these days, since I've never got money from YouTube anyway, I mean, who gives a damn? I am going to start my readings the way I choose to, the way I please to. That's what goes with age, baby. Welcome to the board of the Bantu. South Africa, Eswatini, Lesotho, Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, parts of, we will not talk about those where they are a minority of Bantu people, the Congo, and the other Congo, the Central African Republic, and Cameroon. Welcome one and all. Welcome to the house of the Bantu. Welcome to their cultural board, their spiritual board, their religious board. Those who wake up at 3 a.m. to talk to their ancestors and to talk to God. Those who consecrate every Wednesday or Friday or Tuesday. This right here is their board. The children of the Bantu. The children of the Bantu. Say it with me now. Say it with me. The richest landowners. The victims of slavery. Yeah. I just heard from a Botswana today about Botswana. And he says of his country that they were slave traders. That they sold non-speaking Setswana people to the British, and that just gutted my soul. It's gutted my soul to kingdom come. More and more as I study the Bantu, I see that they were also perpetrators of slavery, but again, they were doing it very quietly. So I am no longer going to be pointing fingers at others while 4 fingers are pointing at me. What this means though is there are many more African Americans, Black, British, Jamaicans, Haitians who have Bantu blood, who have Khoisan in their blood, who have Botswana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Mozambique, Zambia. There are so many. So Namibia, so many. So we welcome those too, because this is your board, babies. Babies, this is your board. This is your culture. Okay. And the board is run by, I forgot my material. Where is my material? My grandma's material. Okay, thank you. The board is run by the Xhosa. This board right here is run by the Xhosa of the Western Cape. And I am their baby. I'm their baby girl. Baby girl representing thousands of years of sangomas. Right here. I was not the beginning. And I will not be the end. After I am gone, another will walk. But in my time, I aim to razzle-dazzle you all into absolute submission of the expertise of the Xhosa nation. And the beauty too. Okay, Arya Starr. If you have never heard her music. Arya Starr of Benin by Nigerian descent. Okay, it's the young lady we are reading today, and this is exactly the song that made me lift my head She has so many songs, so many hits. She is gorgeous. Yes, she is. She is gorgeous physically. So many hits, so many songs. But this song, this little thing that she put in here, right here, this one. Okay. She was singing with someone called Crayon. Okay. From one high priestess to another. It was in just that, and I don't even know what she is saying. I don't even know what language she is saying, but literally it was a call from the soul of one high priestess to another. And this high priestess heard her. And I raised my head. There is something about those of us who are spiritual. We are mermaids. You know, the siren, the song of the mermaids, and it reaches out to you know, we reach out to each other through all sorts of things. And right there, a high priestess reached out to another, and you know, my head cocked up. And I said, I hear you, girl. And now that I've been talking so much and I haven't timed this reading and I've played her music, right? I don't want to keep on talking when my 30-minute timer is up. So I am going to put this at 18 minutes because I don't know how much time I took to get started. But today we're going to be reading Arya Starr because she is a spiritual wonder. She is a major music star with the voice of a mermaid. Yeah. For those of you with ears, oh my God, she can have as much money out of this video as she likes. For those of you with ears, and those of you with, when I say ears, I mean those of you with metaphysical ears who listen, right? I need you to listen to this as well. Those of you who are very strong metaphysically, you might hear the cry of the siren. Okay, and when you have time, listen to that song again. The song is Ngozi, which actually in a Bantu language means a demon, literally, and it is sung by Crayon and Arya Starr. The day she went to record this, or the day she recorded this, she was going through something. This is an energy that fights depression. She fights depression a great deal, and it sits on her very heavily. And the reason it sits on her is that she has been cut off from the source. A long time ago, hundreds of years ago, or even 100 years ago in Nigeria, she would not have been cut off from the source of her tribe. She would not have been cut off from the water and the power of the water. She would have been able to still do her job as the spiritualist that she is. She would have been able, she's telling me this because the reading has already begun, she would have been able to put her hands on the earth, and she would have been able to make the earth move. Her power is not the power of water, it is the power of earth. So she would have been able to do that. But even more interesting though, the God she serves is in water. So right here, you guys heard something else. I heard something else. And what I heard was an appeal to her God to bring her home. She can no longer walk on the earth. She wants to come back. She wants to go into water. The cry out of the depths of despair, I cry unto you, O Lord, is a cry that I know because I have wailed it. I have wailed it 1,000,000,000 times to my God. To my God. Okay. So my God is an air. My God is air. Right? And hers is earth. Right? Yeah. The God of the Bantu is air. So the God of the Bantu is air in many forms, but he is air. And that is why the Bantu are so like a mosaic. We are not the same. We are a mosaic because air is like that. Anyway, it touched me. It touched me as hearing a familiar wail. And I decided that I would read this young lady because, to be honest with you, I read a lot of West Africa. I've never, and I've come across high priestesses, but they have been African American. I have never come across a high priestess. I have, but I didn't really read it. I did. So I take that back. I did. Hey, I am experienced. I have. But not in the entertainment industry. So Arya, to us, was fascinating because she is representative of a higher power of her people. She is the walking, talking representative of the higher power of her people. Her energy puzzled us, and it still puzzles us. She's like a ball of fire that's caged by a dark energy. Yeah, seriously. She's like a ball of fire, like woo, 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 woo. Then there's a dark, round energy that cages her. It could be, this is our assumption, protection. Okay, it could be protection. So, could be. Or they come like that. We don't know. So we're going to find out about Arya. This is a general reading of Arya Starr, and I'm going to call her by that name, Arya, because she created that name. She's very creative, and she stands upon her creations. So we're going to call her Arya, and we're going to welcome her to the South. She's going to love it, because the Xhosa are children of water. Where's my water? Never water. Okay. Okay, she's gonna love it. We are children of water, and she is a goddess. Okay, I'm gonna cut. I'll be back. Guys, now that was a very hard reading. I mean, it was one of the hardest readings of my career. And oh my God, I still didn't ace it. I still have to read this young lady, this high priestess, a few times before I can say, yep, yep, yep. The hardest other reading of a high priestess that I ever did was Beyonce. But eventually I aced it. The first time I read Beyonce, oh my God, I ran away from the table of the Bantus. I ran away from the courts of the Bantus. I found the nearest door, even though it was actually my house, because I could see roaches and cockroaches all over the place. There are two things that I hate with the mighty power and the mighty force. Well, besides snakes, I hate roaches and I hate rats. So anyway, Beyonce's protection, that protection, every high priestess is protected by their god. Every high priestess and every god has a sign. Do you know what I mean? Do not enter. Every god has that sign. Do not enter. And for us to enter, me and my curious ancestors, me and the Costa, the intellectuals. Okay, we have to get past that do not enter sign because we don't give a fuck. We do not give a fuck. But ooh, there's a price to be paid. Okay, so after I said I gotta stop or whatever I said at the end of that video because I don't watch my videos afterwards. I was like, yeah, physically I was unable to do anything for like 2 hours. I was under attack, and it was right my ear, from my ear down to, from my throat to my ear. Oh my god. And then it was excruciating. It was so freaking excruciating. So I had to stop, right? And I stopped for a couple of hours and I said, right, okay, let's carry on. Well, more like my ancestors said, right, let's carry on. And number part two, just as bad, but I think we held our ground. And then as we were getting towards part three, part four, technical difficulties. And as you shall see by part four, when I'm trying to explain what she was saying that her God didn't want you to hear, you shall see that the camera is fuzzy. It's like we lost focus. Oh yeah, technical problems all the way through until I gave up. What usually I can usually do a reading in 1 hour. With Arya Starr, it took me the whole day. Having said that, I've grown now. I'm more mature. The way I look at light and dark is pretty much the same. She serves her people, whether she does, yeah, she does. She serves her people just as I serve mine. There is no God, light or dark, who wants his people to live in chaos and poverty and grief. Each God wants his people to live well, in order and health and wealth and all that jazz. So she, as the high priestess of her people, she has duties and a role to perform in order to keep her people happy and, just as I have duties to perform. So the way I now see it, all high priestesses or sangomas or mukulus or indududus or that we all have duties to perform by our people in the name of our God. So I do not see Arya Starr as evil. I don't, and I feel I should say that I do not see her as evil. I actually saw her as one of the smartest women I have yet met, and I completely understood why her god of water chose her. So, in this wacky ass reading, you're gonna learn how she got initiated. We saw it, we really started channeling her in the end because it was so much easier to meet at the same level. You know what I'm saying? you know we had to meet at the same level. So you're gonna hear about her initiation. You're gonna hear about how she you know how she woke up. And it has been one of the most challenging, even though it may not look it, it has been one of the most challenging readings I have done. So, part two, part three, and part four are going to be on Patreon, and I urge my students who are on Patreon to watch these readings very carefully because that right there is the reality. The South met the West, and it was truly our honor. Be kind to yourselves, O ye who I am living here on YouTube. Be gracious to yourselves. Be kind. Be loving and give love a chance. In these last few days, have been nothing but flowers in my head and love. Never regret loving someone because love never dies. Love continues no matter what. And love, it's really for the one who loves rather than the one who is loved. Because when you love somebody, you have a purpose. You totally have a purpose. You want to make another person happy, another soul. You just want to make them happy because they mean the world to you. And even if you lose them, continue to love them. Continue to wish them happiness where they're at. Continue to want the best for them because you love. You are the privileged one. It's not easy to meet people, friends, family, relationships where you genuinely love, where you look past their worst thing and you still love. You're the selfish one, the one who loves. You're the self centered one, the one who loves. You're the one who hits the jackpot, the one who loves. That's what I'm thinking. I feel very lucky to have loved and to still love the people I love and loved. Because that's the hardest currency, that one. That's the hardest currency in the spiritual and in the physical. Because in the physical, so few of us are capable of it. We play at it, we pretend that we're not capable. I leave you here. And for those who are coming to Patreon, see you on Patreon. Please, 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 please come to Patreon. Come and check out the spells. Come and check out the classes. Come and check out the readings. Come to the House of the Bantu and be supportive. Please support me. I need your support. And thank you for supporting me as much as you have always done. And I still need your support. Thank you, guys. See you next week. My grandma's materials. Bye.